Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me again here today. This is week 4 and we are focusing on some standing poses. Some of these standing poses may be very familiar to you. These are called warrior poses or Virabhadrasana in Sanskrit. We are going to start on our back, so go ahead and lie down on your back. And as you lie down on your back, draw the right knee towards your chest, interlace your fingers around the shin, and just begin rotating that ankle one way and rotating it the other way. And then slowly, maybe you like to extend that left leg flat on the floor. If there's too much compression on your low back, go ahead and keep that left knee bent a little bit or a lot. It depends entirely up to you. But if you do extend that leg, just notice how you can feel a stretch in the quadricep and the hip flexor of that left leg as you're creating compression in that right hip. Take a nice deep breath in, keeping that left leg nice and energized. And then exhale, just switch sides, bringing the left knee to your chest. Either keep that right knee bent or begin to slowly extend the right heel away from the hip as you stretch out the right hamstring and the right hip flexor. You can rotate the left ankle one way and then rotate it the opposite direction. And inhale, begin to bring both feet flat on the floor. Put your feet flat on the floor, turn the palms up towards the sky, and bring your heels a little bit closer to your hips so that the knees are directly underneath the ankles. With your inhalation, just gently begin to lift your hips off the ground, maybe a little bit, maybe a lot, and then exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time so your hips are last to come down. Inhaling, lifting the hips up. This is called a bridge pose, and we're doing a dynamic bridge, moving with our own breath. And exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. Inhaling, the hips come up, really using the pelvis to tilt all the way up, and exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time. As you come down, your hips are last to come down. And one more time, inhale, lift the hips up, pause here for a moment. See that the rib cage is melted down towards the earth as the hips are coming up. So your hips are higher than the rib cage, higher than the chest. And with your inhalation, you can lift the hips up a little bit more. Maybe you begin to lift the heels off the ground just a little bit. And then exhale, lower the heels down and lower the hips down, coming down one vertebra at a time. Bring your knees together, feet are hip width apart just for a few moments, and you can windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then as you come back down to the center, pause here for a moment. Do the same thing that we just did. Draw the right knee towards your chest. Maybe this time you can extend the left leg flat a little bit longer. You can rotate that right ankle one way, rotate it the opposite direction. Maybe you like to grab the bottom of that right heel with your right hand and lift the right heel up towards the sky so that you come into kind of a lunge on your back. Stay here for a moment, stretching out the left hip flexor, the right hip. Take a nice deep breath in. So you're kind of on a happy baby pose on the right side, and the leg is extended on the left side. And keep that left leg nice and straight if you can. Toes are straight up to the sky, knee is straight up to the sky. The left leg is nice and energized, nice deep inhalation, exhale it out. And then releasing that right foot all the way down to the floor, bend the left knee, both feet are flat on the floor. Inhale, draw the left knee towards your chest. Exhale, extend the right leg flat on the floor. Keep that right leg nice and energized. So the heel is, the ankle is flexed, the toes are going straight up to the sky, the knee is going up to the sky, and then you're creating a compression on the left hip. Rotate the left ankle one way, Rotate it the opposite direction. Inhale. Keeping that right leg nice and straight and strong. And then exhale, begin to bring that left foot back down onto the floor. Right heel down, right foot down onto the floor. Take your palms up to the side. Inhale, lift the hips up back into dynamic bridge. Exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. 2 more times. Inhaling, lifting the hips up. And exhaling, lower down. And 1 more time, lifting the hips up. Inhale, pause here for a moment. Let that rib cage melt as the hips lift up to the sky. Maybe lifting the heels up. And then exhale, lower the heels down, lower the hips all the way down. Let your knees come together, feet are hip width apart. You can windshield your knees side to side, just for a few moments. And then exhale, coming back to the center. Draw both knees towards your chest. And roll over to one side. And gently press yourself up on all fours. So as you come up on all fours, tabletop pose. With your inhalation, begin to take that right leg back behind you, tuck the right toes under. So you were in this pose just right now on your back. The right leg is straight, the left knee is bent in tabletop pose. Inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale, pull the belly in, round the back. Okay. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. Exhaling, pull the belly in, round the back, and tuck the tailbone as you tuck the chin. And 1 more time. Inhaling, the chest lifts up. Exhaling, pulling the belly in, round the back. And then stay here for a moment. You're going to spin the back heel flat, so you're coming on the inside edge of the right foot. Begin to swivel on the left knee, and then as you're ready, reaching the right fingertips straight up to the sky. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, reach the right fingertips overhead, stretch that entire right side. Inhale. And exhale, bring your right hand all the way down to the earth. Come back to tabletop pose. With your inhalation, lift the chest up, tailbone goes up to the sky. As you inhale, pull the belly around the back, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, take the left leg back behind you, tuck the toes under. Inhaling, lifting the chest up, the tailbone goes up, so we're doing some cat-cows in this pose. Exhaling, pulling the belly in round the back. Inhaling, the chest lifts, shoulders are soft from the ears, the tailbone lifts. And exhale, pull the belly in round the back, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Stay here for a moment, and then swivel on your right knee as you bring the left heel close to the earth. The bottom of that left foot plants on the earth. And then reaching the left arm all the way up to the sky and stretching that entire left side. Keep that left leg nice and straight and energized. Take a nice deep breath in. Shoulders are soft from the ears. Exhale, bringing your hands all the way down to the earth. Come back on all fours. And then you can sit on your heels and come slowly all the way up. So coming up slowly, standing all the way up. As you stand up, come to the top of your mat, and with your inhalation, begin to reach the fingertips up. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center, Tadasana. We did this in the first session. Inhaling, reach all the way up. Exhaling, bringing your hands to the heart center, Tadasana. Inhaling, remember how you were pressing down through the bottom of both feet. Reach all the way up. Exhaling, bringing your hands to the heart center, Tadasana. And then take a big step back with your left foot. So there should be at least a 1 leg length between your front foot and the back foot. And I want you to see if you're standing on a tight rope. Can you take your left foot out to the side just a little bit so that you have enough space for your hips to move. And take your right foot out to the side as well. Your right knees and the right toes are pointing straight ahead. as the left toes are pointing in a 45-degree angle. Begin to bend your right knee, bring your right hand on your hip, left arm reaches all the way up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, straighten that right knee, bring the left arm down. Inhaling, reach up, bend the right knee, reaching the fingertips up. Keep that left leg nice and energized. The left leg stays as straight as you can. Exhale, lower the arm down. Inhaling, reach up, bend the right knee. Exhaling, straighten the right knee and bend and bring the arm down. Inhaling, reach up. Once again, pause here. Can you lift both arms straight up to the sky now? If this bothers your shoulders at all, bring your arms out to cactus arms. Or you can take your arms out to the side, nice and wide in V shape. But I want you to really focus on bending that right knee. And at the same time, can you straighten that left leg nice and straight so that the outside edge of your back foot is planted firmly onto the floor as you're lifting up through the inseam of that back leg. Inhale, reach up. This is called Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Take a nice deep breath in, reach the arms straight up to the sky. Pull the belly in gently so you can lift the sternum up. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. Shift your weight forward and step the left foot to meet the right. So have your feet be hip width apart. Toes are pointing forward, knees are pointing forward, hands are to your heart. And take a big step back with your right foot this time. Again, your right toes and knee are pointing forward as your, the left toes and knee are pointing forward as your right toes are turned 45-degree angle. And then look down and see if you're standing on a tight rope. I suggest that you step that left foot out to the side and the right foot out to the side so you have more balance this way and there's more room for the hips to move. Initially, your hip might be moving to the side a little bit. That's okay for right now. Eventually, you want to be able to square the hips straight to the front of the room. Bringing your left hand to your hip. Inhale, reach the right fingertips all the way up. Bend the left knee. And as you exhale, begin to straighten the left knee, bringing the hand down. Inhaling, moving with your own breath. At the top of your inhalation, reach the fingertips up. At the bottom of your exhalation, the fingertips come down. Left knee straight. Inhaling, reach all the way up. And exhaling down. Good. And one more time with your own breath. As you reach up, inhale, inhale, inhale. Bend that left knee nice and strong. And then pay attention to what's going on with that back leg. So the back knee wants to bend or, just becomes lazy. You want to really energize that back foot. So press through the outside edge of the back foot as you're reaching the right fingertips up. Maybe the left fingertips reach up above your head. Maybe you have your arms wide apart from each other. This is perfectly fine. Or your arms can be in cactus form. But whatever you do, make sure that you're engaging the core. So pull the belly in so you're not leaking energy out of the belly. Your chest is lifted. Inhale. Create a nice line of energy from the outside edge of that back foot. Lifting up through the inseam of that leg as you lift your chest up. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to bring your hands to your heart center and step your right foot to meet the left. So that was Virabhadrasana A or Warrior One. Inhale, taking your left leg back behind you once again. This time I'd like you to see if you can step the back foot a little bit wider from the front foot. So I'd like you to take your gaze down and see if you can align the front heel with the inner arch of the back foot. Take a look down, make sure that there's a heel to arch alignment. And then once again, look down at your right knee and make sure that the right knee is aligned directly with the right middle toe. So sometimes the knee wants to come in or go out. I want you to really align that right knee with the middle toe. That back leg is nice and energized. Pressing firmly through the outside edge of the back foot as you're lifting up through the inseam of the leg, lifting up through the inner arch. Take your hands to your heart center, inhale, and with your exhalation, extend the arms out to the side. And really reach from your heart center, right? So what happens is take your gaze to your back fingertips, and you'll notice that that back arm is kind of waving on its own, maybe a little bit lazy. Really straighten and strengthen that back arm. And then notice if it's reaching way back behind you or reaching forward. Can you make it so that it's reaching out from the center, from the core of your body? One nice line of energy through the back fingertips, through the heart, through the front fingertips. Now take your gaze down once again to your right knee, and then sink a little bit lower in that right knee. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. So the shoulders want to come up to the ears. Can you soften them away? Pull the belly and lift the rib cage. Lift the sternum up. Reach, inhale, and then you can take your gaze over the right fingers. And as you stay here, this is your warrior two pose. It's a beautiful, courageous pose. Your heart is open. You're reaching in both directions. Inhale and exhale it out. Take one more deep breath in. Inhale, sink a little bit lower in that right knee. Exhale, and then slowly begin to straighten the right knee. Turn your body to the front and step your left foot to meet the right. With your next inhalation, you're going to take the right leg back behind you. As you exhale, stay here. Bend that left knee a little bit deeper, and notice that the left knee is aligned with that left middle toe. So that knee is not going out or coming in. Keep the alignment of that left knee with the left middle toe. Take a look at the back leg and see that that back leg is nice and energized. You're not bending the knee. The knee is straight, and there's a nice line of energy from the outside edge of that back foot all the way to the hip, as well as the inner arch. So lift through the inner arch of the back foot and lift that energy up to your inseam of that leg. Inhale, reach the arms out to the side. Take a look back to the back fingertips and see that the back arm is as strong as the front arm. Reaching from the core, from your heart, from the center of your body. Reach out to the side. Energizing both arms. Inhale. Taking your gaze over to the left fingertips. Exhale. Sink a little bit lower in that left knee. Inhale. And as you exhale, stay here as you soften the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling and exhaling. With your inhalation, you're going to turn your body back to the front. Bring your hands to your heart center and step your right foot to meet the left. And that was Warrior Two pose, Virabhadrasana B. The next pose, the next standing pose, is the Warrior Three pose, or Virabhadrasana C. So I want you to go back to the back of your mat, or maybe halfway to the back of your mat. Keep your hands to your heart center. Take a nice deep breath in, shift your weight over to the right, and then pick up the left foot right behind you. As you pick up the left foot, notice if you started to dump into the low back, maybe letting the belly open up, leaking energy out of the belly. Can you engage the core so that as you pick up that left foot behind you, your knees and toes are still pointing down. Your hands can stay to the heart center. So this could be a very good place for you to start practicing Warrior Three. If you like to go a little bit deeper, all you need to do is, while the core is engaged, begin to lift that left leg up a little bit higher. But again, think about creating a back bend in your upper back. So you're never hunched over or rounded down. You're lifting the chest up. As the leg comes up, the heart comes up a little bit more. So you can go as low as you want to, but at the same time, you're creating length in the front side body. Your chest is lifted, you're creating a back bend. That left hip wants to roll open. Can you lower the left hip down towards the floor so that the hips are square down? Your knees and the toes are pointing down towards the floor. Just like you did at the beginning of the class in your cat-cow pose. Inhale, and then exhale, slowly begin to bring your feet together. That was Virabhadrasana, C or Warrior 3 pose. And we're going to do it one more time on the right side. So inhale, lift the chest up, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Your hands is in the heart, are in the heart center. Shift your weight to the left, and then pick up the right foot behind you. So this could be a great place for you to just study your, stay and practice your balance. If you like to go a little bit deeper, you engage the core, you lift the chest up, and then you slowly begin to lift that back leg up a little bit higher at a time. As you lift the back leg up, I'm going to turn so you can see me to the side. As you lift that back leg up, make sure that that right hip is not rolling up. So lower that right hip down towards the earth, squaring the hips down towards the floor. Flex that right leg back behind you. Toes and the knees are pointing down. And you can lift that leg up as much as you want to, as long as you maintain a back bend in your upper back. So lifting the chest up, core is engaged. Your hands can stay in your heart center, or other arm variations, your arms are out to the side, or you can even bring your arms to the front, or you can keep your hands to your hips. Whatever is easier for you, but I want you to really soften the shoulders away from the ears, and then lowering that right hip down, lifting the leg nice and energized behind you. Imagine you have a wall behind that heel and you're pressing your heel onto an imaginary wall. With your inhalation, come all the way back up and to the top of your mat. And pause here in your Tadasana for a moment. And then we're going to put all those 3 poses together. So we'll build a little sequence from all these 3 poses. With your inhalation, reach the fingertips all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. Take a big step back with your left foot. Bend the right knee. Inhale, reach your fingertips all the way up, maybe into V shape. In your Warrior 1 pose, inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center and open your body into Warrior 2, reaching the fingertips out to the side from your heart. Inhale. Exhaling, bringing your left hand to meet the right. Shift your weight forward, reaching the right fingertips all the way up back into Warrior 1. Bring your hands to the heart center. Shift your weight forward, and then float that left leg up behind you. Warrior 3. Remember to lower that left hip down as you lift the chest up. Inhale. Exhale, your left foot comes to the right. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, bringing your hands back to the heart center. Take a big step back with your right foot. Bend the left knee. Reach the fingertips all the way up into V shape, or all the way up together, or cactus form. Whichever one fits your body best. Bend the left knee a little bit deeper. Inhale, pull the belly and lift the chest up. Exhale, hands come to the heart center, and step your right foot back a little bit wider so you can come into your Warrior 2. Your gaze over your left fingertips. Soften the shoulders. Inhale, bend a little bit deeper in that left knee. Your left knee is aligned with the left middle toe. Inhaling, coming all the way back to the center. Bringing your hands to your heart center, and then shift your weight forward, floating the right leg up behind you into Warrior 3. Lifting that right leg up, imagine a wall behind that right heel. As you're pressing firmly onto that wall, lift the chest up. Inhale, soften the shoulders, and exhale, feet come together, Tadasana. As you come into your Tadasana, pause here for a moment. Let everything go. Whatever happened or didn't happen, let it go. Just allow this present moment to be by itself. And then as you're ready, go ahead and have a seat. Remember, you always have the option of sitting on your blanket, which I highly suggest. Sit cross-legged, bring in your left shin in front of the right. Pause here for a moment. Have your palms resting on your knees. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then bring your left hand to the outside of your left hip. Inhale, reach the right arm all the way up and stretch out that right side. Inhale. Exhaling, coming all the way back to the center. Your right hand comes down. Your left arm reaches over. Exhale. Inhaling, coming all the way back to the center. Both arms are all the way up. Bring your hands in front. Walk your fingertips away from the toes. Elongate the spine so your sitting bones are still grounded as you lift the chest up. Inhale and exhale, you can fold forward as long as you don't round your back. So keep the spine long. You can go as low as you want to, as long as the spine stays long. Inhale. Exhaling, pressing yourself all the way back up. Bring your right shin in front of the left. Your right hand goes to the right side of your body. Inhaling, reaching the left fingertips all the way up and over. Exhaling, coming back to the center. Inhaling the right arm all the way up. Exhaling to the left. Stretch out that entire right side. Inhaling, coming all the way back to the center. Reach your fingertips all the way up. Inhale. Exhaling, your hands come to the front. Walk your fingertips forward and keep the back nice and long. Having your sit bones grounded. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Keeping the spine long. Inhaling and exhaling. Press yourself all the way back up. And we're going to come into our final pose, Shavasana. So get yourself really comfortable. You can either put your blanket on pillow, or you can roll your blanket and put it underneath your knees, but have your palms be open, shoulders are soft. Let your heels be at least hip width apart, toes are falling away from each other, and really soften through the hips and the chest and the jaws and the throat. Make sure everything is completely relaxed. You no longer need to control your breath. Let yourself really rest. Allow yourself to rest. Always giving yourself permission to rest. And as you rest here, just notice the tingling inside your body, the energy flowing inside your body. Feeling the energetic effects of those three poses, Warrior 1, Warrior 2, Warrior 3. These are poses of courage. Courageous in the face of fear, courageous in the first face of challenges and struggles. In our yoga practice, we get onto our mat to challenge ourselves, our bodies, our mind, just so that we can take it to the real world. Just so that once we get outside, get off our mat, we can be as courageous, challenging ourselves, learning how to stand up for ourselves, allowing our voices to be heard, allowing our self-expression and giving ourselves the opportunity to speak up. a nice deep breath through the nose and exhale out through your mouth. And do this 2 more times. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through an open mouth. Inhaling through the nose and exhale out through an open mouth. And slowly begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingertips. Draw your knees towards your chest. Rock a little bit side to side, giving some love to your low back. Then notice which nostril you're breathing out of it a little bit easier. Roll over to that side and rest for a few moments. And with the strength in your top arm, press yourself to a comfortable seat. Bring in your hands to your heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this practice with you today, and thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.